Hi, I'm Steve Good and welcome to my scroll saw workshop. I'm out in the shop tonight to do a very quick video, or at least I hope it's going to be quick, to show you a little project I've been working on that probably not very many of you are going to want to make, but I find it useful, so I thought I'd show it to you and let you make up your mind for yourself. I make a lot of small scroll saw projects, and if you follow my blog very long, you know that I always dip the projects in lemon oil, and then I let them dry, and then I finish them up with a spray lacquer. Well, one of the problems with this, because I'm always in a hurry, is that it takes a while for the lemon oil to dry. So I generally will let it set and blow a fan on it to speed that drying process up. One of the problems that I come up with there is that it still takes an hour or so for it to dry, even with the fan, and I have to keep coming back out into the workshop and turning the piece. So I got to thinking that I'd like to have a small Lazy Susan that I could set this on that was motorized that would turn the piece as it was drying. I looked online trying to find a motorized Lazy Susan, and I found out that they're really expensive. They can start out up over $100. So I got to playing with some ideas of a way to build a very cheap motorized Lazy Susan, and tonight I just want to show you what I came up with. Here are the supplies that you're going to need to build this little project if you decide that you would like one also. And when I went out looking for a small motor, I really got to thinking that I would like to have something that didn't require electricity just to make it easier. So I thought I'd give a kitchen timer a try. It's one of those wind-up timers that counts down and then gives you a buzzer when it's done. So I went to the store. I picked up one for, I don't know, I think it was $4. And I brought it home, took it apart, winder knob off of it, took the motor out of it. Then I discarded all this. What I was left with is this motor that you can see I've inserted into this piece of MDF. The knob that you turn the timer with, I took some scissors and a knife, and I cut it all up until all I was left with was this small piece that is what actually attaches to the shaft on the motor. And I simply cut out a round piece of MDF like you see here, and I super glued that connector right in the middle of that circular piece of MDF. Because with it just setting on the motor, it was a little top heavy and wanted to tilt, I cut out an 8 by 8 inch of 3/4 inch MDF with a circle in it that was just big enough for the motor to sit down into, and that's what you see here. And you can probably hear it ticking now. Now all I have to do is take this top round piece, install it onto the motor using that little connector, and I've got a motorized Lazy Susan. Now, this is a prototype, and that's why it's so small, and I'm going to work on different projects until I get it up as big as I can get it, and I want to find out how much weight it'll actually carry. But I've tested this one out, and with this 8-inch circle and small projects like this, it is absolutely no problem at all for it to turn it. It turns at 1 revolution per hour. So you can't see it turning unless you put something on it and come back in a few minutes, and then you'll see that it's turned. And I'll give you a demonstration of that over at my spray booth. I'm over here at my little spray booth that I use to spray the acrylic finish onto all my pieces, and I also use this tub right here that's full of lemon oil to dip the pieces in. And you can see that I have just a small box, half a box set up here, and I've got some hangers here where I can hang ornaments on and stuff to let them dry. And also have this little fan up here at the top that I turn on after I've sprayed the pieces and oiled them to help them dry. So again, what I wanted was something that would rotate my pieces down here without me having to come out every few minutes and rotating them by hand. So that's what this is for, and again, this is a prototype, and I'm going to make some bigger ones to see how it works out. So it's basically as simple as this. You take your project, and once you've dipped it with oil, you set it on here, you wind it up, then you turn your fan on and you let it set. Now, I'll leave this pin in here, and we'll let it run for a little bit, and I'll show you how it works.